Haley Beth, how are you doing, boo? Good to see you. Can you hear me, Haley Beth? Is my mic working? Mr. Crow, good to see you, Chad Revart. Let's get that dude up here ASAP. What's happening, brother? We're going to try out some stuff tonight, man. Yes, you can hear me, Haley. Cool, thank you. Haley, can you hit me in the chat with a pink and black heart? Show the people what we're going to be doing today. Appreciate you, Haley. Old Crow, good to see you, sir. Appreciate you.
What's up,
Chad,
people?
how are you doing, my brother?
Awesome.
Awesome.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Dead.
We got Dad in the chat. She's here. She's here. Dad's in the chat. It's official. What up, Chipster? So, dude,
Man.
I know you weren't feeling great, so I thought I'd try to cover a lot of ground tonight. I thought maybe we'd give a little art tour.
Word?
We got a show coming up we're going to do at the end of the year. You've inspired me. And we're not going to have a guest on one of the shows. We're going to invite the people who have their art on, and it'll just be a show for people that can come through who have their art up here, and they can talk about it, talk about where they're at, what they've done this past year, and all that, where they're going, that kind of thing. So, what up, John? How you doing, man? Good to see you, John. Thanks for stopping in. Moose, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Chipster, appreciate you, brother. So, if that works for you, Mr. Revart, it worked so well for him. He's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
DJ,
Wow.
Good to see you. Corey, good
I
to see
muted
you.
myself because of my hellhounds.
DJ,
But I'm good now.
Good to see you. Right on, brother. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the art wall, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what we've been working on and some other stuff that we're trying to put together. And before we do that, man, you got anything you want to talk about or say or show or?
Man, no. I haven't been doing. I can't say I haven't been doing anything. I've been painting, but
Yeah.
I'm not in my painting studio. So, yeah, guys,
Gotcha.
I've been sick. I've just been watching Fight Club, playing some Super Mario, playing a little Monopoly, watching my family fly around all y'all's favorite places. You know, watching this season of Earth. It's pretty crazy. Y'all are nuts. Nuts. Gang is right, Moose.
Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate you, brother. I know you're not feeling good, man, but it ain't the same without
I'm
you.
getting better. I'm getting better. I'm good enough to be bad. Like I'm on. Here's the bad part. It's the end where I'm feeling a little better and I'm heavily medicated. So I'm either going to be really loud or really quiet on here. So guys, one of my favorite people is going to be on here tonight, and I'm going to try to behave myself best I can.
We're trying out some new technology. Crimson Rose, how are you, love? Good to see you. I need you to call me when you get a chance. I want to talk to you about the project we're working on. I got a couple questions for you before I make the cuts. True Who Studios, good to see you. So Chad, here's what I'm going to do, man. I was going to start out like big picture kind of thing, right? A lot of the topic of conversation lately has been various social media platforms and kind of what may happen. Thank you, laddie. What may happen to this particular platform? First of all, I would just like to encourage everybody. Hey, look, we were okay before this platform, and if it goes away, we'll be okay afterwards. I really like it. I
also,
think
don't count it out until it's out, y'all.
Right, that too. But Chad and I were already in the works, trying to branch out to put some of our stuff on some of these other social media platforms, because there's some amazing communities, to what I understand, on some of these other ones. So what I'm hoping will happen is those of us that are working together and collaborating together and trying to help each other as far as in the art community or literally on projects, no matter what happens, we stay in touch. So for me, and Chad's doing the same thing, we're looking into finding platforms we can use to run several social media sites at one time, live streams I'm talking about. So we're working on that. You can find me over on Discord, the Gin Project. You can also find it on Twitch. Just started a Twitch account. You can find it on YouTube, which is where we load these shows after we do the interviews. So some of this has already been done. So please, I hear you, brother. So please make sure that what we're trying to do is make sure we stay in touch as many as y'all as we can. And also not be dependent upon just one platform. So at any rate, please try to check us out on these other platforms, and we're going to start doing some stuff over there as well. And we would invite you to do so.
Many.
So, yes. So, the other encouraging thing is that we have a wonderful community here on this platform, and we have done stuff in real life from here. So we'll just do the same thing and rotate it to whichever platform we need to be on. So stay up. Don't be discouraged. Keep doing your thing. Who knows what the powers that be may do. We're going to keep doing our thing.
Let me put it this way, y'all. Let me put it this way. No matter if this stays or goes, me and the homie and our people, we going bigger. Either way, it don't matter whether this stays or goes, we're going bigger. We set out to help build community, and we ain't going to stop that. Not today, not tomorrow. Fear not. How many times you guys watched us evolve over the last year? And I got another thing for you guys. Listen, if this happens to dip, I'm not going to speak for the Gin Project show because they're two totally different temperatures, and I'm sure you guys are aware of that. But I can tell you this, that if this place goes, the Chad Rev Art Show is going to be off the chain. Like, this platform keeps me chill. So if you guys enjoy the Chad Rev Art Show and that terrible thing happens to happen here, then I assure you, put your helmet on, buckle up. It's going to get absolutely amazing. Sorry. So it is. Carry on.
No, man, that's perfect. So it is nothing more than a problem to solve, right? We'll figure out other ways to do what we do. The Gin Project show is one type of thing, so we got to figure out a way to do it because we got to be able to bring people up and all that. And then our flow states where we're just working, that's a little simpler because it doesn't take as much coordination. But we're going to figure it out, y'all. And hey, Amber, and we're going to do it on as many platforms as we're physically and feasibly able to. So for everybody that's working on that stuff behind the scenes, thank you so much. Lita, it was probably a good thing.
That's Lita? Right, Lita. You feel me?
So the other thing is I was going to go through, there are all kinds, and part of the reason we feel this way is there are all kinds of collaborations that came in the last year from TikTok, especially from me. So there's everything from like the Foo-Foos working on guitar picks with my logo on them for me. Element Rose has helped with my logo in the past, being able to get it on merch. Chad has helped with that. Moose has been helping behind the scenes. Candu's been helping behind the scenes. SA Artistries has been helping. So the list goes on. And I always thank you, Moose. Thank you, brother. And I always feel guilty after every show. Thank you, Quincy, because I always inevitably miss somebody because you just can't cover everyone. There's so many amazing people out there. But we try, and we're going to keep trying. So stay up. Don't be stressed out. It's all right. We'll figure it out. Super. It's just another problem. It's just another problem to solve. And in fact, we were already working on it. It was already something we were working on because it seems like there might be some other platforms that we could do some stuff that we didn't have so many limitations on us. So not to fear, we're going to do our thing either way. So thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the heart me's. Thank you, Pixie. Sorry I hadn't shouted everybody out, Crimson. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I hope you know that.
All y'all.
So we're going to continue to do shout outs. We're going to continue to do that sort of thing. We're going to continue to try to share information. It's just going to be about a variety of other stuff we've been working on that we might not necessarily talk about here. Belena, hey, welcome in. There's another amazing group right there. And Rachel from Valena is amazing. She was on just a couple weeks ago. Theory Radio just had their event. I have them right here close at hand. Just had their event in LA at the Bourbon Room. John Doty and Valena, among others, performed. I hear it was absolutely incredible. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it. I have to put a roof on my house. So I'm sorry, y'all. I wasn't able to go. We're going to try to get there last time. I got bills to pay, y'all.
Totally slay. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know if y'all might have noticed, but the content I put out today for Dead Making Art, the track in the back is Valena. So every chance I get, I'm going to try to throw their stuff in there, y'all. I love them. I believe in what they do. So please get up with them. So Chad and I have collaborations with people from all different walks, from all different areas. And we want to keep that going, and we absolutely love it. So understanding this time, I appreciate it. So I'm heartened by it. I'm heartened by the response, by the fact that everybody's trying to figure out how to get things done. So the thing I thought we might do today as well is do a little art tour. This is what it is that we're trying to keep alive and keep going. So I'm going to see if I can get this little piece of gear to work for me here.
Yeah. And guys, if I mute and like lean off for a few minutes, I'm still like coughing my ass off. So
sure.
And it's a sick cough. It's not, well, they might be intermingled with some burrito coughs.
I'm winking right now. So y'all, all of these have come. I'm just actually going to take this out of this thing and figure it out from there. All of these have come in this past year, y'all. So I've only been on the Again Project Stove started, Chad reminds me, January 2nd. So we're about to be on our year anniversary. And here's a piece that is by our Uncle Knowing. It's the Freedom Tower, Manhattan Bridge. It's an oil piece, and it's done on a corkboard. It's absolutely amazing.
Oh, there, nice.
Oh, dude, sorry about. Did you do that?
Did you say that's done on corkboard?
It's done on a corkboard.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, he did that on a corkboard, dude.
What's up, Jason?
Up here, we have Hanson Art Studios. That's a wood burning. That's a pencil and marker and all kinds of stuff. And then there's another wood burning. Hanson is one of the people collaborating on a guitar. This is Tasha Bushman's daughter. Super, super nice lady. Does incredible work. And every time I see her, I smile. This is our brother right here, Ashman. And there's my dude right there, my favorite alien, Chad Rev Art. And as you can see, there's yours truly. Ashman is amazing. There's some more Ashman art up here too. This is done by Jay. Jay has a show on Wednesdays about addiction with Karma. Amazing. Here's a couple pieces done by Flash Gordon, who's the founder of Art for Autism.
Yeah.
One of these pieces might be supposed to be Chad's, but I hijacked them. This piece right here is done by Jake Willoughby of CR Alsop Guitars. It's the 4th painting he ever did.
It's crazy.
Pretty cool. This one right here is done by my bro Chip 76. There's one on the other side we'll show you sometimes too. That's our dude right there. This one right here is done by Santiago, another amazing wood burning artist. Santiago 40, more specifically, if you're not familiar with Santiago. This one is done by SA Artistries. You know that's our #1 G right there. That one right there is done by our guest tonight, Dead Making Art. This one is done by our dear friend Eve of Eve's Artistry. She does some amazing stuff. She's got some stuff. She got over 500 videos on YouTube on how to paint. And I did a lesson with Eve. She's absolutely amazing.
Yep. If you want to paint and you don't know how, you don't have an excuse. Go watch Eve.
Go watch Eve. Monsters and Monsteras, another absolutely amazing artist. Absolutely fantastic. Up here, you got a bunch of folks. You got some stuff from Dead Making Art. You got Crimson Rose. You got Eve's Artistries. You got Tim McCoy and other amazing artists. McCoy Mills. You've got Project Zero. You've got Natasha Art, OG. That glows in the dark too, by the way. You've got Crimson Rose, who's the founder of Postcards for Positivity. On my head is a hat by Aaron Hammonds. Some of his art. This hat was done by the Dizzy Hippie. There's some swag we're going to hook people up with at some point. This one is done by Chris Major. She also did one for my wife. These are from C.R. Alsop Guitars. That's from Esme. That's from Jason Woodward, the guitarist. Amazing, amazing guitar player. Project Zero Art. My brother Eric, the airbrush artist. One of the first ones I got. And some more art I got stuck up in there by Monsters and Monsteros, who I absolutely love her art. This is my #1 favorite artist on the planet, SA Artistries. Absolutely incredible. And yes, there are even little tiny things down in there when you look at it. And ravens. And me and my wife sitting down in the corner, a dog and a cat. And dolphins. And butterflies. And pirate ship. All of my favorite things are in this painting. Peacock. Peacock plant, which is a form of, tell us, Chad Rev art. Oh, I thought he was, I'm just checking to make sure he was.
It's an orchid. Yeah, I was
Yes. I'm just trying to make sure he's still alive.
I was
Project
yelling
Zero
on
art.
mute. I was like, it's an orchid, damn it.
Here we have some Aaron Hammonds art. By the way, Aaron Hammonds is going to be our guest next week.
Nice.
How about that? Here we have Kira Wilson art. If you don't know about Kira Wilson art, go get you some Kira Wilson art.
You besta.
Incredible. And she's an amazing human being.
Whoa,
Right
we just
here.
lost audio, buddy.
You lost audio?
Come back. Hey, we got you back. Okay.
Heard that. I was saying Kira Wilson is amazing.
Yes.
This is Can Do, another amazing artist, another one of my favorites.
Can Do. Big
That's
love.
Can Do artist.
She's walking amongst y'all right now.
So Can Do and Moose and I are working on a few different kinds of collaborations, from guitars to some furniture items that go with music. Kira Wilson Art is also going to be doing guitars. Eric, the airbrush artist, has got a guitar coming that he's going to be doing. Can Do is going to have a line of them. Kira is liable to have a line of them. Here's some more Kira Wilson art.
Woo, woo.
Both of those. This is our buddy Ashman. He made all of those stickers. And Marvin the Martian's one of my favorite characters, and he's got Bugs Bunny absolutely slaying Marvin the Martian, so it's great. There's another SA Artistries piece.
Yep.
Some Dizzy hippie type stuff. There's The Artist is Dead, our guest tonight.
Yo.
This is a local friend of mine named Jacob, who is an absolutely amazing photographer, and there's so much glare you can't see it, but that bird is looking up at the rain.
That's nice.
And that's a ghost spider eating a wasp. That's pretty cool too.
That's cool.
All right, so here we have some
Don't
more
fall
Aaron
down.
Hammonds art.
Yo.
Aaron Hammonds will be on next week. This is Aaron Hammonds. Sorry for the glare, y'all. I'm trying to make it work.
It's all your
More
fault,
Aaron
Dan.
Hammonds. Dirty 530 art.
Dirty.
Our buddy Dirty 530. You can catch him doing some stuff with Eric the airbrush artist sometimes.
Yep.
Sam, here's the new edition. A bio scene by Severed Art, y'all. Severed Art is also going to be doing a line of guitars for the Gin project. And here is another piece by Severed Art that she allowed my wife to pick out. Extra bonus points if you let my wife be involved. Ash, man, we see you, dude. You're just showing your art off. We also have some, I absolutely love these amazing pieces. Can you imagine? 2 of them from Severed Art. Unbelievable. This unbelievable piece of artwork is by Skittles Calligraphy. So there's Skittles. Here's 2 more by Skittles. And that's also by Skittles.
Severed in the house, Ashman in the house. What up, y'all?
So y'all, this is just from this year of different people from this platform. I'm gonna spin the camera around, see if I can get you situated.
Almost a year.
Almost a year. And the truth is, is this gonna work? We're gonna try.
There's got to be some cheesy 80s song I could break into right now.
And hopefully it'll follow me. There we go. Ah, we're back in business.
Yeah.
So now let's see if we can set this down where I was without it freaking out. All right. So here's the thing, y'all. Regardless of what happens, there's a whole bunch of people on this wall we're already involved in collaborations with, and we're going to be working on stuff regardless of what platform we're using. So the truth is, every one of y'all, every person out there, and the people that will see this later who aren't able to watch it tonight, every one of y'all are going to be fine. You're going to be able to figure it out. It's stressful, but we're all going to figure it out together. I've been calling people, asking advice. I've been talking to Chad, like I mentioned earlier, Moose. There's several other people out there that have been having these ongoing conversations, trying to figure out how to make the community stronger, how to make it better. How to use what limited none of us are rich, none of us have a huge name that we can just throw up on television, so we got to help each other out. So yeah, I had to go that's to the what we intend to keep doing, just for lunch. So Chad and I are going to keep trying to figure it out, and we would encourage you to do the same. Try not. I ask you to please go and check out all our other sites. I have a link tree, and you can find many of my other ones, and I need to add Twitch on there. But let's start going and following each other on those other sites. I'm gonna start doing some live stuff from Twitch probably as well. I'm the same handle on IG and FB. Right now my link tree has been huffing gasoline, so it's not working right. But yeah. And I set up this particular live as a promotional live. So we can talk about the business of business on here. So my intention, y'all, is no matter what happens, is to keep riding with y'all. So I absolutely love what we get to do. And I heard that, Jason, heard that. And we're going to do it regardless. And we've met some amazing people on here, and it really doesn't matter which platform. So I would encourage you. Moose has been kind enough to help me out. I'm straightening out my Discord. We did some stuff on that today, some stuff on YouTube. We're also going to have the Twitch account rolling. Chad's going to have a bunch of similar stuff. And over time, as we're able to kind of get what we need, which is going to take a while, we'll have to save our pennies. Of course, Chip. Of course, brother. I was no help at all, but I care about you, man. Right on. So y'all feel free. Yes, drop each other's information in the chat. I don't mind at all. The whole point is we want everybody to be able to stay linked together. Heard that, Chipster. The whole point is to try to keep everybody linked together so we can look out for each other. And I'm not able to. I'm not able to reach out to as many of y'all as I'd like to be quite honest with you. This is my opportunity to speak to a lot of people because I just run out of time. But Blue Sky's another one I'm not familiar with. You might have to check it out. But for me,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out a place that the Gin Project show can be, because that's a totally different thing. I got to be able to bring people up. We got to be able to share space and same time communication. The flow states, we could do it a lot easier. We just turn the camera on and work. So that is
My
the
flow
thing.
states might actually get cooler when this happens, to be honest.
Yes. So, for me personally, we've also got some collaborations going, Chad and I, with CR Alsip Guitars. Jake is working on finishing up that neck through that we put the fretboard and put it all together when I was down there. And Chad's
Jake,
going to be
hurry
carving on
up.
that. He's going to be carving on that, and I'm going to be milling up a bass tree on a friend of mine's property. And we're going to be, that's a great tone wood. We're going to be making some guitars out of that. Chad over here is carving a piece of basswood right now. And there's a bunch of other stuff that I wanted to tell you about, but I'm going to have to do that another time because I want to talk about our guest a little bit tonight and go ahead and switch gears. So I'm sorry I didn't get all the shout outs in. I wanted to actually talk more about the people on the wall, but at least we got to show everybody. So listen, y'all, the person that is coming on tonight, hey Lenny, what is up? The person that is coming on tonight is she has been one of my friends on this platform almost as long as Chad. And she has always been super kind. She has always been direct and honest. And she is an absolutely incredible artist. She can do it in any medium. I really, like I said in the clip earlier, I really love her stop motion stuff. That is so cool. And I love the fact that her art is a lot like Chad's. Chad lets the piece speak to him. They work together to create the art is the best way I know how to describe it. Please correct me if I'm wrong here, Chad. But our dear friend, Dead, is the same thing. She is an artist through and through, but she's also a wife and a mom and, a daughter and all of those things that you have to balance in life. And I am absolutely stoked that she would come on the show. Dead doesn't make a lot of appearances. She's super humble. She's super thoughtful. I believe she actually feels other people's emotions genuinely and in a real way. And it is probably absolutely exhausting for her to spend time around people sometimes. So I absolutely adore Dead. I'm so glad that she's going to be coming on. I know Chad adores her too. And I know that many of you out there. So if y'all could, please find Dead in the chat there if you're a moderator. And please send her up. Hopefully she's still in here while I was rambling on and on. But I'm really looking forward to talking to Dead. My conversation with her yesterday was absolutely amazing. There she is, y'all. If you could, please send her up. And her art stands on its own. I mean, her art is so creative and so cool. This is a piece of it right here. This is Ivan. You often find me wearing her swag. If you catch me out and about in public, you'll oftentimes find me in some of her gear. So Tiki Talk's gonna Tiki Talk, but we'll get her up here. Don't worry, y'all. Is it only letting me do it? What's happening here?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I'll try.
There we go. Sent you an invitation, Dad. There we go.
There we go.
So we're gonna do what we normally do, and Dad is one of those people that I feel she will get embarrassed if I say too much, too kind about her and her presence. So we're not gonna put her through that. I just very much appreciate you coming on. I hope you know that I absolutely adore you, Dad. I appreciate you. You're an inspiration to me personally. I really enjoy what you do, and I really enjoy how you treat people and the way you do what you do. And thanks for being here. Can we hear you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on. So as discussed, there's a whole bunch of folks in the chat. So if you'd like, a whole bunch of folks that love you anyway. So if you'd like to take a minute to say hi to anyone or to to say anything out of the gates here, now would be a good time to do that. And
I gotta turn off my music because I'm distracting myself.
right
Like,
on.
I want to sing along, but I have to pay attention right now, and I'm not good at that.
That's all right.
Ashman, thanks a lot for calling me out, making me show up on this. I saw lots of people in the chat, Crimson. I saw lots of people. So many people. I don't even know. Just thanks y'all for being here. I saw Freak in here earlier. I can't even just.
I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I'll be back in 1 second.
No worries, man.
I think
No
there's
worries,
literally
man.
coyotes in my yard right now, and I gotta run them off. I'll be back.
I know what's
1
up,
sec.
man. No worries
Dead.
at all,
I
brother.
Get
freaking
'em.
love you, Dead.
I'm wearing my
So-
hat from Esme. You had a hat from her too. I'm wearing my
Yeah.
burger.
It's right there over my shoulder, right there. Sure is.
Hey, Squeaky! Squeaky's here.
What up, Squeaky? How's it going? Thank you for coming in and supporting Dead. Amazing. So, Dead, we talked yesterday, and hopefully it comes across how I feel about you and what I think about what you do and how you do it and all that. And, kind of just starting from the beginning, we kind of decided it was going to be a mixture between some questions, but we're going to do it kind of conversationally. So, starting out, just kind of thank y'all, appreciate that. Thank you, Lenny, for sending her that. Start out, just kind of tell us a little bit. You were hatched, and then like you arty arted, and then you did some more arty art stuff. So just kind of give us the basics of the start of Dead.
I was an only child, and I lived in neighborhoods that didn't have a lot of other kids, so I had to entertain myself. And one of the primary ways I did that was drawing or coloring in coloring books, or otherwise cutting up stuff and making messes. And my grandma didn't like that when the times that I lived with her, but at least I was able to create stuff. So I've just always done that. Middle school is when art classes started to get really cool. High school art classes was the best time of high school. Like, my art teacher during high school, like, I'm still in touch with her today. Kind of like, not all the time, but like we still talk every once in a while. Like, she came to my wedding of me and my high school sweetheart because like she had both of us as students, and like
That's awesome.
so, like, and I learned so much there. I took art classes in college because I wanted to be an art teacher. When I first went to school, that was going to be what I was going to do. So I took a lot of art classes, but then I ended up switching to become an elementary teacher instead. But now I'm just a burned out person. So that's that story. But anyway, now that I'm home all the time, mostly I get to focus on my art now since like 2023 is when I started. Because I went and got out my old doodle books. This stack is 2023.
Nice.
And this stack is 2024.
And during this, oh man, thank you, Ashley.
And that was
Thank
really
you. Thank y'all
rambly
for
because
sending
I
her
can't.
again. You're doing it. No, that was amazing. That's exactly what we needed.
I think you asked me about my timeline of life. I'm married to my high school sweetheart, and we have 2 kids, and 2 cats and a dog, and some frogs.
It's some frogs
And I have fish too. I'm done.
and some fish.
That's it. That's all I said.
2 cats. Wait, 2 dogs, a cat, some fish.
2 cats and 1 dog.
2
2
cats
black
and 1
cats
dog.
and 1 pit bull mix.
You got black cats. That's awesome. People don't adopt black cats enough. We have a black cat because people don't adopt black cats, so they get put down more than other cats. Awesome. So there's another example. You're such a thoughtful human being. Like the way you move, the way you think. You're a mom, you're a wife, you're other things other than an artist, but you're an artist through and through. And sometimes in your life, you've been an artist despite the things stacked against you, which is incredible. So,
All these people in the chat, all the weirdos have black cats. Yeah.
yes, yes. So you've been making art for a long time, and we talked about this yesterday. Who do you see as your audience as an artist?
Especially on this TikTok, and like as I go out and into the world, I want to inspire mostly the people who say they can't do art, the people who say, oh, I can't draw a straight line, I can't draw a stick figure, I hate that. So I want to inspire those people to just, even if it's just making a mess and just making stupid whatever lines, just trace stuff. Just like some people call it Zen doodle. Like I used to do that a lot and just doodle whatever, like just whatever. Like anybody can do it. And then especially since I think there's a lot of mental health benefits to it too, because I use it in that way, especially since my autistic burnout, finding out I'm autistic later in life. Like that's why I'm not teaching anymore, because that's too much for an autistic person to do, especially somebody who grew up not knowing they were autistic. That's like a whole nother level of like fucked up. So I do art, and I kind of like binge do it, especially at first when I first stopped teaching and then I was just home all the time. Like that's all I did till I felt like I was like dumping out years worth of like pent up like crap, and then like doing art got it all out.
Yeah, see, Chad and I have talked about that, right? I know Chad can speak on that. In fact, like we spend a lot of time trying to protect the time that we're actually working on our art. Because like sometimes people don't understand, you know, you got to be able to just focus on your thing. And so that's why the flow states came about, because it was hard for us to try to focus on more than one thing when we were trying to do our actual like work, like how we make a living. So totally get it, totally understand on some level at least that. What do you think, Chad?
Yeah, that is exactly why we started the flow states, is so that we could still be able to go live, but try to at least find that therapeutic state of mind, you know, that zen, that place where, at least for me, like I forget time, you know, and sometimes I could raise my head up from painting or carving and I don't know if it's been 30 minutes or like 4 hours. And it doesn't matter if it's been 30 minutes or 4 hours when I found that state. So yeah, absolutely.
And it is part of the reason why we love the community on here so much, because that's what's people like Chip and Crimson, all these folks are why we're able to do what we do, because they come and they'll oftentimes be in the chat. And when Chad and I are spaced out working on whatever we're working on, they'll be like, oh, well, they're working on this or that or whatever, and don't worry, they're okay. They'll be back eventually, you know. So it has been this way that we were able to find kind of peace in what we do, but we're able to do it in the company of others to some extent. So absolutely, Dan. And you're a huge part of that. I mean, you are one of those people on the platform that is always so supportive and so thoughtful. And like the people that you shout out even oftentimes are the ones that very few people shout out, or the ones that hardly ever get heard from or whatever. That's another beautiful thing about you.
The people I feel like I relate to.
You support the little guy, right? You're always out there trying to pull for the little guy, and it's absolutely amazing. And
that's what I feel like I've often been like somebody that doesn't have a lot of people rooting for them, and so like people I feel like who look like that, I want to like cheer them on extra. Like people who already got a lot of people cheering them on, like, what good's it gonna do if I like, yeah, like they hear that all the time, but what about somebody who's like, they were really scared to post this video, their first ever drawing, and they know it doesn't look good, but they hope nobody makes fun of them. Like, they need a woo more than the other person does.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing about it is you don't do the easy ones either. Like you take heat you've taken heat for people that you support, and I respect you so much for that. Hell, you've supported me. You supported Chad from the beginning. You've been kind the whole way through. You've been one like
Yes.
you're literally one of the people that I look to that makes content that is kind of moving out there to try to model, to try to take ideas from. I try to learn to be more patient. I try to learn to speak in a more kind way, and I look to people like you to learn how to do that. I'm trying. I don't always get it right, and I don't know how you do, but
Because you don't see me all the time. See,
that's true. That's true. Well, don't tell me. No, I'm kidding.
Keep the illusion. Keep
my kids will tell you.
Perfect.
My kids will tell you all day.
So I also owe you an apology, my dear friend. I contemplated over this for a while, but I had to go with Valena because they're heavy, and I think you absolutely would love their message. I know you would, in fact. If you're not familiar with them, you might already be. I don't know. But I was going to put
just requested me.
I was going to put Tool, but I went because we're always trying to pull for. Everybody knows who Tool is.
Everybody knows I like Tool.
Yes, but everybody need to know who Valena is, and
There we go.
And they're heavy, and they're amazing, and they did the show for our Theory Radio friends this past weekend. So that's who I used, but it was heavy, and she speaks on a lot of issues related to women, which Chad's art has a lot to do with, and I know that's near and dear to your heart. So that's why I made that decision anyway.
I support it.
So forgive me for not having Tool in your show.
I'm sure you had a reason. Now I know the reason.
That's it. That's it. And Rachel was on. She was a guest a few weeks ago on the show, and she is an absolutely amazing human. And she has done all of the things that she's done kind of under a boot. So she's not always safe, and the threat comes from within. You know what I'm talking about. She is incredible, amazing person. So I thought it was wholly appropriate that she be the background music for the great dead. It was Tool all the way up until I met her. It would have always been
Not
Tool.
even that great. But you know what I did find? You know what I found? You know what I found?
What?
He's right here. Oh.
Look at that.
Ivan! I love it.
That's
I love
the
it.
original.
That's cool.
The original G.
Yeah.
So you said that your audience is basically, or you hope your audience essentially is people that you inspire. And I know that to be true because you've inspired me. I can speak for myself. And so I know that you can check that box off. But how does that sentiment, how does who you see your audience and your inspiration affect, or how does it inform what you do as an artist?
I think Crimson got that t-shirt. I don't know
That's
right.
awesome.
What am I
That's
supposed to be
awesome.
answering? I was looking for that too.
It's all right. It's all right. We got you, boo. So you were saying that you see your audience as kind of the underdog or people that you would like to inspire. And I was saying, I know that it's working because you inspire me. I can speak for me anyway. And I've had other people tell me similar things about you. So how does that inform what you do as an artist? How does that?
Because I work with everyday materials, that's a way. I use Sharpies and Crayola crayons for the most part, or colored Sharpies or Crayola markers, or even just cheap markers. Or when I paint, I don't always, sometimes I have nice paint, but mostly I just buy like those craft paint acrylic things. And yeah, you can doodle with just a regular ink pen and printer paper, or on notebook paper even, like if you, just to practice, because everything isn't going to look good. And so I practice. I got so much ugly stuff. I can show you so much. We could sit here for hours and look at my doodle book stuff. Not all this is good, but every once in a while something will be really cool.
Well,
That's
talk
what
about
you have
that.
to do.
Your process is you said it's more about the process than the product is the quote that I would use for you when we talked. And thank y'all so much. Thank you, Zach.
Lynn's creative. You get supplies from Dollar Tree. Hell yeah.
So if it's more about the process than the actual product itself, it's, you know, your art's thoughtful, and the terminology was symbolic expression, right? So how do we get from you would like to inspire folks, which you do, to that symbolic expression? Now, part of the way we get there is you use markers and crayons and stuff. Are you saying because that stuff is accessible to most people?
That's one way. That's one way that I can reach and inspire the people who say, I can't do art or whatever, because
What's up, Chris?
if you can
Right
use
on.
any basic thing, then yes, you can. Because it doesn't have to be about realism either. And you don't even have to try to draw a thing. Like, just put shapes and lines and dots on the page. Just let it flow and just go. And sometimes it can come together and make something, or else you can make a mess and then try to make it art. Like, I made a mess. That's a mess. And then finally the last decision is putting the black outline on. And I like to do that a lot. That's a style. Most of these on the wall are pretty much that way.
And tell me that doesn't look like
And I
a
like
sultry
think about
smoker.
stuff. I just think about stuff, and I'm like mad about that thing, so I'm gonna use red, and I don't know. I just think about stuff, and I'll count stuff and put different numbers of things for, like, I don't know, 13 is my favorite number. I'll do the year of, like, what year is it now, or my age, or I do weird stuff like that. Like, you could probably find something and count. There's probably like 13 dots by his eye or something, or how many. There's probably the same number of stripes on his horns. I don't remember.
I do the same thing.
But I
and
do
13
stuff like
is my
that.
favorite.
13.
This is Henry.
That's Henry.
The other one was sultry smoker. This is Henry. Was Henry envisioned when you started, like sultry?
No, I
like,
never do that. I just start by putting stuff. And I do demons all the time as sort of like a spiteful, like, F you to my father, my DNA provider, because of the way he's very homophobic, very transphobic, and he thinks that my life is the way that it is because of the devil and demonic attack. And I think that's stupid that he literally believes that. And so I do demons as a way to cope with the realization that, like, I can't even with his beliefs. And so I cut contact. So that's why I started with doodling demons all the time. It's like, artists always pick a thing. Usually artists will have like a thing that they do different ways, different times. Chad always wants to carve women and everything, but it's different. It's different piece of wood. It's different style of different whatever, but it's always going to be a woman in his art. I'm always going to have a demon in mind probably, because it's just the thing instead of a fruit bowl or a landscape, or it's a demon, because I can practice shapes and lines and colors, and I can practice all the, like, if I want to practice all the official, like, art things, I can. Or if I just want to, like, get out feelings, I can. Like, I do art for many different reasons, and I want to inspire people that way too. That was a lot of information.
That's great. No, that's absolutely
good information.
Fantastic. Yes. Yeah, and you hit on something important there. Chad and I have had these discussions about what influences art, or what are the limitations sometimes, right? that we put on ourselves or that other put on us or whatever. And that's the beautiful thing about what you do is it's pure. Your doodles, Chad, his process I've been so lucky to learn over the last year. This guy's amazing. And the way his brain works is, if I understand it correctly, is the piece itself informs him as much as he informs it. As he's taking away materials, he begins to see things. Now, he also has told me, I see something in that, and then carved it. Like the Ascension piece. He basically told me what he was going to do before he did it. But other pieces, but it still informed him. It still morphed. It still changed to be the beautiful thing that it is. And that's one thing I absolutely love about you, Dead, is you are the purest, in my view.
Well, like if he takes stuff away and sees it come out, I add stuff and see it come and like, I'll do this layer of stuff. Oh, now I see that could be a face right there. Like I always just go for a face because like I always see faces and stuff. You know how people do that all the time and stuff. And I definitely do that. And then I use that to my advantage as I'm just like abstract expressionism with my colorful whatever that's just whatever stupid lines I'm doing. And then I look at it a different way and grab a different color and go by what I just drew.
Sure.
Right. Yeah.
I like it a lot.
And so that brings me to, that's your doodles and that type of thing, but you do so much more than that. And not that that's not, that would be plenty for most artists, but the stop motion stuff that you do that, you know, Lita is a recent friend we've made on here who I really like the way she does some of her content. It's just, for whatever reason, to me, it's unique. And I'm not talking about the thirst trap type thing and she's talked about that. I'm talking about the way she does it and kind of her style. Her style comes across in it. Her personality comes across in it. And I feel the same way to the nth degree about you, that you are the stop motion stuff that you do takes the art that you make and uses the process of the art that you make and turns that into another piece of art that tells another story. And if I've got that right, and if I'm missing something, please tell me.
I love that interpretation of it. That's very well said.
How long have we been saying she's an artist making art about her art?
Yes. So tell us a little bit about the title, Dead Making Art, or The Artist is Dead. Tell us a little bit about that.
Dead is a dorky acronym because I still got that little like dorky like teacher part of me that like I wanted to make it explain my process. It kind of explains my process sometimes. It explains my philosophy sometimes. It stands for delightfully exercising, and it's with the O, like how you exorcise demons, right? Going back to the whole demon thing.
Exorcising. Yeah.
Like the exorcist, you know, like, yeah, exactly. That kind of exercising, not, because obviously I'm not like a gym bro. I ain't like that. So it's exorcising demons. Delightfully exercising accumulated delirium. So like I felt like I suppressed it. I didn't do art for a lot of years because I was busy doing the college and the wife and the mom and the teacher and like the grown up and like and I can't art anymore. And then I went crazy and then I did nothing but art. And so like I got all my crazy out doing the art and I'm having fun getting my crazy out doing the art. So there's the delightfully part of it. See, so it's all like really complicated, but that's the thing.
But it's effective and it's accurate. It's accurate. And you do. That's amazing. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that didn't catch up until I found you on TikTok, but it's pretty cool that like and the stop animation stuff is a whole different art form. It seems to me like you would have to think about a whole different set of things to make that happen.
I do it
And-
so crappy though. It's just like a little TikTok video. It's not even, I don't know. I just have my little guys moving across the screen.
But it's
Get
about
out here. It's awesome and I love it. And don't you ever say that again, Dad.
Okay, sorry.
Chad, your turn, Chad.
He'll turn
I
his mute
love it.
off to tell me to stop. Sorry.
I did. I
Trying to
turned my
be
mute
good.
off.
Okay.
You might hear coyotes yelling or my dog barking. I had
Dealing
to
with
turn the mute
nice
off and be
things
like,
being said
no.
about me. It's hard. Okay.
It's excellent. I love it. It is pure,
Well, it's not as
raw
hard as
art.
it looks, at least the version I do, because I don't have too much going on. Usually I just move a couple things across the screen, and so all I do is stop, start, the button that records it, and then I have to either like download the whole thing and speed the whole thing up, or I go through each clip and speed it up to times 10 or as fast as it'll go. If it's a tiny little clip, it'll only go so far, and then, yeah, and then that's it.
Well, I will say, whether you like them or not, I
But it's
thoroughly
fun.
enjoy them.
It's entertaining for me.
Yes.
I like doing it, and I eventually want to make more stop motion, like real stop motion, like little mini movies.
Yeah.
Because I have more crazy stuff in my brain that I want to get out, and so
I'm there for it.
whole new level. That's like big goals, long-term goals. Haley's got my hearts. Thanks, Haley.
Oh, hi Haley Beth.
Haley Beth,
Yeah, I'm there
my
for it,
pink and
Dad.
black.
Haley Beth.
definitely
I love
there-
some
there
Haley
for that.
Beth. Number one mod right
please,
there.
do that. Please think more about doing that. I would be fully there for
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
I want to
Absolutely.
be like really extra. I want to build little sets and like build the little characters and like do all the stuff.
Here's what I get excited about when you say that, because like I'm like, everybody's like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. But I've been paying attention, so I know while you're building
You know
these
what?
little
I like
sets.
Tool, and if you've ever seen their music, some of their music videos are stop motion.
She's gonna make little stop motion videos about making the sets to
Man,
make
my
the stop motion
inspiration is like-
videos.
Yes!
She's like a
Can you imagine like
wormhole of art.
Tool inspired, like Dr. Seuss has a nightmare kind of like.
May
Shit,
I
I'm gonna
dare
come up with-
suggest?
I am excited. I want to do
Just
it.
try it. Just try it out. Just try out the Valena. Just give it a run.
Well,
Just give it a
I got
test
a basket
run.
of little clay demon heads I made to make little dolls. Severed Art
That's why we're
knows.
friends.
Sober music video, yeah. Severed
Yeah.
Art knows
Yeah.
what's up.
Severed definitely knows what's up. Severed is another dope ass artist out there roaming around.
That's my like
It's-
long-term goals. So you see my practice stop motion with my little baby doll.
She's got a whole
Yes.
multiverse going on, and that's what it is. It's an
It's
art
just all my
multiverse.
crazy up
It's
here.
art about art, and it could just keep being layered. And I
Like when you hold a mirror up to a mirror.
Natasha OG. That's her right there.
yes, yep.
So Dad, what is your version of symbolic expression? You said in your art that it's a form of symbolic expression. I said that I thought your art was very thoughtful, and you corrected me and said, "No, asshole." Well, you might not have said that.
But you probably
But-
should have.
But you probably should have. but you said your art was like symbolic expression. So could you please elaborate on that a little bit? It was in the context of being inspired, and it's in the context of part of your process, like what we're talking about right now. You have a process for your stop motion as well.
My kid is like banging on the wall downstairs, and that's all I
check.
can hear. through
It's
the
okay.
floor.
Go check. If you need to go check, go check. No worries. Chad has a clown nose, and he'll put on a show until you get back. No worries at all.
No, I
Hey,
think my husband finally got him to stop, but that was
Mom-
really distracting to me.
We support moms here. We both had them, or have them. I still
Where I
have
flip this?
mine.
can get back on my BS.
Now we're talking.
I do demons because of, you already explained it. Sometimes I
Right.
like to put crowns on them.
There we go. Now we're talking about the symbolism in them. So what's the crowns about?
One reason, there's a line of a Tool song. And he says, wear the grudge like a crown of negativity.
Wear the grudge like a crown of...
Negativity.
Sorry.
Calculate what you will.
Will not tolerate desperate to control.
Unable to forget.
I like to put third eyes on my stuff. Okay, these are bad examples. He has a third eye.
I like some third eyes.
Only just a third eye, pretty much. I put crosses on their foreheads a lot because that's, I have to make fun of the thing that I'm mad at to deal with it.
Right on.
These guys have third eyes.
I like that one a lot. That was really very cool.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just doodle. I like to doodle clowns. I've always liked to draw clowns. Because there are endless combinations of colors.
Mine are upstairs.
I got a lot of random old stuff. That's newer stuff. So I use symbolism. I use a lot of symbolism, the same symbolism. A lot. You'll see a lot of the same stuff.
But it's a way, you addressed it. It's a way for you, it's an outlet for you to deal with disappointment or grief or anger or all of those things that come with what you're having to go through.
I like to put the like it's a halo, like religious iconography. But he's got demon horns. That one's ugly. He's got a crown and a third eye. But he's given a peace sign. Because really, I'm harmless. And I want things to be peaceful. He's got a halo and demon horns.
What is the third eye? Like your interpretation of the third eye. What are you saying with that?
I want to be in tune with the universe. Even though I struggle with that and I'm very, very far away from it. My third eye is probably not anywhere near open. It's probably scary to have it open. There's also a Tool song called Third Eye, so that's cool.
Chad, you have a third eye in your art, Chad, and your Ascension piece.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing you're kind of talking about, the connection to the universe type thing?
Yeah, what is out is also in. It's kind of one of my Ascension piece. It was it's a realization that everything that is outside is also inside, and you don't need any outside. Yeah.
Right on. The use of color, your color use as well, Dad. You mentioned it earlier. Could you tell us a little bit about just like
Here's
there's
a
so
good
many
example.
layers
I
there.
like to use complementary colors next to each other in things. Red and green, purple and yellow, and blue and orange. So I use what I know. Like I know all the little principles, elements of art type thing. I know about color theory a little bit. I know how to use shape and line and form to create a pleasing composition that like meets the rules. Like I took college art classes and I know how to do that sort of certain stuff. I never got good at realism, but I know how to use art to I know how to check the boxes, like I had to check the boxes to get the grade. I know how to do that. So I spend more time experimenting and making messy stuff. Like I made this guy and he turned out to be this little guy, but that's not what I intended to sit down and do. I just doodled with the Sharpies first, and I colored with crayons, and I did watercolor, and then I did this just in one like swoop little doodle, like that's what he became at the very end. I didn't plan that. I just played, and he's really cool. He's one of my favorite ones in this book. But everything else isn't that cool. Not everything in here is that cool.
Well, I mean, I share time with Chad, so I understand what you're saying.
She's kind of cool. Poor Chad.
He's sick. Kick him when he's down. You ain't that sick. He's just green. His one kid needs on life support.
To break the rules, yeah.
Oh, that one's cool. Can you go back, Dad, for just a second?
This guy?
That's wild.
He's got a mohawk and demon horns and upside down cross, and he's kind of a clown.
And there's a peace sign. He's doing a peace sign.
He's got a peace sign, yeah.
It looks like he's super high, too.
He's got some piercings like me, too.
Both of y'all, Chad.
I am always like that.
Both of y'all, Chad.
See, that's not that cool, but you can tell it's kind of like a clown. I was just playing. I got bored with it and just scribbled the crayons around the edge and signed it because I got bored. And it's just some basic coloring stuff. Like, it's just basic shapes. And I just doodle it in the shape of, like, that could be a demon horn, demon face, but it's not. Really, it's abstract. And I just played with the different thicknesses of the lines, dots. It's just little shapes and lines and dots and some basic coloring with some Crayola markers. That's it. This is just the kick I've been on lately. My older doodle books look very much different from this. There's stop motion videos of that one and this one. I don't think that one there is. There's one of that one, I think. That one I got bored with and didn't like it. Just colored around the end, turn the page. This one I actually spent some little time on and tried a little bit. Still trying with experimenting with abstracting the face, you know, Picasso style, spreading it out all over the place.
Right, Severed? Me too. Picasso style, she said. That is a cool one. I do. I like the last one too. The one you just flipped from before that one.
There's his horns. There's his crown. There's it's an X or a cross. He's got 3 eyes. Got a lips, and there's a nose in there somewhere. Woo! And then I don't know what happened there. I don't know. And then there's that guy. I really like that guy.
Yo, that is cool.
See, like, this is...
Oh, that's awesome.
See, like, this is why, like, you never know what you're gonna get with me.
Oh, that is so dope.
Another just kind of... And then sometimes I leave some black and white because I have dreams in the future of, like, coloring pages or coloring books. And then that's it. That's the next blank page. So that was my current doodle book.
Amazing. Hey, Rick. How's it going? Thanks, everybody in the chat, everybody that joined us. Appreciate you coming in.
I can't believe I've been talking to you guys for an hour. Why are you still listening to me?
We have Dead Making Art here. Amazing human being, an amazing artist. And she is on camera with us.
Not an hour yet.
Hardly ever happens. And welcome. Good to see everybody. This is Dead. Dead's making art.
Not at this moment.
Chad and I love some Dead making art.
Rick the Muse knows who I am, you guys. Oh my God.
We're just playing. This is Dead making art. Anybody that don't know who this is Dead making art. So, Dad, uh, in these stop motion videos, is it a different thought process that you have to use? Do you know ahead of time where you're going with that? Or is it also the same process to where it just kind of you go where you go?
Yeah.
Yeah, ask who?
Usually I just kind of, it comes from out of the frame, something comes into the frame, gives me a marker or something. That's usually what I do, is like something brings me an art supply or something, because it's easy. I can't mess that up. Like, so I practice with like how many moves. Like I try to figure out how many times do I move it to where it looks the best, but it's not going to be forever. Like sometimes I do better than others. And sometimes I just like making stuff look glitchy. So I'll like put it, take a shot, take it out, take a shot, put it, take a shot, take it out, take a shot. And I just do that. And it looks like it's like, I just like to see what I like to experiment to see what'll happen, just in the same way that I experiment with weird art stuff, weird drawing, weird lines, weird shapes, weird mediums. So I experiment with doing weird stuff with my stop motion TikToks.
Is the color a thing there too? Is color something that you can juxtapose and play with in that medium? I'm asking from ignorance. I don't know. I don't know if it's part of the process, or like you were saying, you do some in black and white, and I know those are going to be for coloring books and for other things, but is there some of that incorporated into your stop motion where you play with color?
Usually I'm putting most of my thoughts process into the stop motion part, and so the doodle is usually like not one of my best doodles. If I'm doing a really good stop motion video, the doodle's going to be really basic. Because I also am like drawing a little bit and then moving the stuff, taking a shot, like, and so the doodle will be more simple. The more complex the little characters are doing stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's a little of each, a little column A, little column B. Chad.
Yo.
What's your thoughts here, man?
I was laughing about you're either going to get more effort on this part or you're going to get more effort on this part. Makes perfect sense.
Because I just use my phone, and I can't leave my phone set up all day. Like,
right?
So it's like,
Yeah,
man,
no,
what can I do in an
that.
hour or less?
Yeah, I was enjoying that.
Look I shaved my head 2 months ago, and it's coming back.
You got hair
It's
now.
coming back.
You'll be braiding it soon.
No.
It'll be a mohawk again soon, won't it?
Stop! I keep thinking about doing that. I'm tempted to do a mohawk again. Or undercut, a faux hawk anyway. Don't
Faux
show
hawk,
me
you like
yours. Don't show off your hawk. Make me jelly.
I'll keep it. Keep it under wraps. It's under wraps. No hawk here.
So, Dad, I know, and it's actually in my link tree. I know that you have a website. It's not currently available to people at the moment. You're working on it. But if folks wanted to get art from you, how would they go about doing that? Carrier pigeon? Send a horse with a note tied to it?
Those would definitely get my attention.
Or do you sell your art?
Demons.
Do you sell your art? Do you?
That's the goal for my website, but like I need money to get the website, and so I'm like, I'm like, it's like stuck. I'm stuck. So if you see a doodle on my TikTok that you just really like, you want to give me money and I'll send you this, okay, reach out to me. I have an email address if you want to make any other inquiries.
Could you share that email address with the good people?
What?
Could you share the website with the good people? I believe it is DeadMakingArt@gmail.com.
That's the
D-
email, yeah. And then my
D-
website is just Dead Making Art when that gets up and running again. It's been up and running once upon a time.
So we have a mission, folks. We have a goal here. Our goal is to help Dead over time raise enough to get her website up and running again. That seems like a reasonable goal. So, from now until the time she gets her website up, I get attacked by a potato. I would encourage folks to go over to Dead Spot and to peruse around and see. Now, I happen to have seen the website. I'm actually wearing a shirt that I ordered from the website at the time that it was available.
Well, that's from the T Public. That's different. That's still up. T Public is still up.
So I may have hit on something here. So another way that you could support the artist is Dead or Dead Making Art would be go to T Public.
Yeah.
And find Dead Making Art.
Yeah.
And you can, there's a whole bunch of her art on there. You can get shirts printed out with a variety of it.
I could
And that
put
can
other
happen
stuff
right
too.
now.
Like, yeah, I could put other stuff too. I have more pictures that I could put up there to update it because some of them, yeah. Ivan needs new friends.
Ivan needs new friends. True that. So, until the website itself is back up and running, one way people could support Dead Making Art is actually literally go hit you in your email, which is deadandmakingart@gmail.com. Folks could go there, get in touch with you, say, hey, I dig your shit. I'd like some of it. How much? And you could hook them up that way. I know it works because I have art here so I know it works. I know if you get in touch with her, she'll get stuff to you.
The process is
happens.
proven.
It's proven. Yeah, I am walking, talking evidence.
Yeah, you
that it
got
works.
3 of my things, man.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. So,
Number 1 customer.
and you're available on other platforms. Can you tell us about that?
I have YouTube with a handful of videos. Not really any stop motion there yet. But there's just some like weird videos of like doodling process. My mad scientist type art process that got my college art. One of my college art teachers coined that phrase. They told me that my creative process is like that of a mad scientist.
Kind of like this dude up here. So in our conversation, we both had something in common too, that we're both really uncomfortable with the financial side of art and trying to navigate that. Chad and I have had many conversations about that. In Chad's case, some of the pieces that he's working on, he's worked on for a year. You know what I mean? So trying to value that is not easy. And in your case, we had the whole conversation about, not wanting to overcharge for what you do, but also wanting to charge a fair price, for example. But then you get into all of the external motivations and all the things that happen when you start involving money, and it's very difficult to balance that. However, having a career as an artist doesn't always necessarily mean you're like Kira Wilson, who has been an internationally... Oh yeah, has been an internationally galleried artist for a couple decades and literally has made a living with her art. There are other people who supplement their living with art. There are a lot of folks out there who are moms who have a lot of other responsibilities and they have a very limited time that they can actually do their art. You've had to make sacrifices because you're a mom, because you're a wife. because you have friends that you want to give your attention to. All of that comes into play. So your footprint, you might say, in the art community is much bigger than any individual piece of art, because there's a whole lot of thought that goes into it. But I think we all feel, and Chad can speak on this, I think we all have some uncomfortability with the financial side of art. Chad, I mean, we've talked about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's
something
always
I've heard a lot
uncomfortable.
of other artists mention too, or just even difficulty pricing art in general, just because, yeah. I wouldn't want to try to charge a whole lot, because I also want my art to be accessible to like just anybody. Like, everybody doesn't always have hundreds of dollars for a painting or whatever. So I don't know. I wouldn't want to charge too much either.
Well, that's the thing. You know, the other side of that is you have kids to feed, right? And if you were able to make their life better through your art by selling your art, then that's kind of a win-win. The thing that we all go through is trying to make sure that the integrity stays there, right? That we don't lose the reason that we're doing what we're doing. That's the battle. I think that's oftentimes where people come off the rails. I've had conversations with Jake about, just using this as example, guitar makers that start to have a little bit of success, and then they try to upscale it, and instead of making 100 guitars in a year, they're trying to make 1,000, and now their product quality has gone down, and it's all become this business exchange, and there's no more love or creativity in what's actually happening. All the way to you find people that have found a certain amount of success, and then they kind of ride that, and they quit working as hard as they were working before, and they expect things to just keep happening, and they don't.
Right.
So because you got to stay on the grind, that's part of it. So I feel you on that whole being uncomfortable with the financial side of it. And the beautiful thing about this platform and the community on it is that's what a lot of us has been able to do, is pull together what we do have. None of us are rich, but Chad's good at some stuff I'm not good at. And all the folks in the chat who have been helpful are good at stuff that we may or may not be good at. So we all just kind of work together to try to get there. And that's it goes back full circle to kind of who you are. That's one of the ways that I know you, is because I was a new guy roaming around, and you were kind enough to offer advice and kind of show me the ropes and how things work. And here's some ideas for your show and for whatever. And now here we are. A year later, we're still doing our thing, and we got other collaborations that are happening. And it's all because all of us just kind of put in whatever part we can do.
$1 a square inch or 75 cents, Lynn's Creative. Yeah, I've seen that as a pretty standard thing. Sometimes I feel like it's too much when I calculate it.
Right on, Lenny. Right on, Lenny. Hey, Fan. Hey, Fan. Eve's Artistry. Hey, Eve. There's Eve right there. We were talking about Eve earlier. So that was an example. You know, at the beginning of the show, we did an art tour of all these artists behind me. And every one of the beautiful thing about it is every one of them have a story. All of them have people that care about them or people that hate on them, right? All of them have their individual. Some have struggles with mental health or with addiction or with, depression or anxiety or PTSD or any number of things. And the beautiful thing about it is, I'm just tired, Barbara. I'm good. Thank you, though. The thing about it is, there's just, if we if we help each other out, if we do what Dead does, if we do what you do, then any ability that we're able to move forward because the help and advice that you gave us, hopefully we pass that on to other people, and it just keeps happening and the community keeps growing, and you've got people that are actually working to help each other out. And that's another area where you're hugely inspirational. The fact that you take your time to help folks, to kind of be a guide, and you do it in such a humble and non-pretentious way. It is unbelievable to be as talented as you are and to have the skill set that you have, but to still treat people with dignity and kindness and respect. It's amazing, and I think it is helpful to the entire art community. Chad, what do you think?
I was waiting for her to completely like crawl off of camera there for a minute.
I tried to sneak in a compliment.
She was like,
Back at you again.
if she had a hood on, she would have been going.
I'm like shaking my head no, and then I'm like, no, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to sit here and take it.
You just sit there and take a compliment.
My natural like instincts like so down on myself, like none of this is stop.
Well, look, hey, the people in the chat, Eve's Artistry, Lenny, look, I mean, Kira Wilson, Fayen's in here. You got Chuck's in here, Barbara Jean, Defufu, Delu, I call her Lulu, Ashman, obviously, Freak Morbidity, Moose, Can Do. Every one
All
of
these people are people I admire. It's weird. I can't.
That's what I was just about to say, right?
Person,
right?
I admire them. That's not. I can't. You don't. Are you sure?
Dad,
Well,
you need to understand something, Dad. You're amazing.
Shucks.
What's up, Dirty? Good to see you.
dirty.
So, Dad, what is it that you're hoping the future holds for your art? I know that you're not trying to get rich. You're not trying to be famous. You don't care about any of that.
I want to
really.
be in the art history books. No, not
That
really.
would be dope. That would be dope.
Because if I end up in the art history books, you know what? It'll be after I'm dead anyway, so it doesn't matter, right?
There's a good chance of that. Yeah, there's a good chance of that.
So like that's
But
just that's another reason that I like the word dead is for my acronym is dead, because there's the whole notion that a lot of times artists are more famous after they're dead, and so I can't even like that can't be my goal to get famous, because it won't happen until after I'm dead anyway. So I have to keep my focus on what the art is about. It's not about being famous. That'll happen after I'm dead. It's about why I do it right now.
You can't be in the
Well,
history
tell us-
books until you're history.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the people that inspire you, Dad. Tell us about some of the people you draw inspiration from.
Maynard James Keenan.
I was just about to say, and don't say Tool.
And you're not allowed to say Tool.
Well, it's Maynard.
I couldn't do
James
that to
Keenan.
you.
He's got more bands than just Tool. Tool is my favorite one of the bands.
Perfect Circle and sorry, y'all, the whole thing just freaked out on me. And sorry, y'all, the whole thing just freaked out on me.
And then I don't.
Oh, did we lose everybody? I have no idea what happened. Dead. I have no idea what happened.
Polo.
Oh, so I was suddenly looking at a blank screen. Sorry, y'all. I have no idea what happened.
It was all your fault, Kira.
Thank you for
Y'all are
being
just
patient,
going.
people. Thank
Let's
you for
blame
sticking
Kira.
around.
It was definitely Kira Wilson's fault. She's the smartest person in the room, and she probably did that on purpose.
Yes. And to punish
time
her,
to
make
do
sure
that.
you guys all go follow her.
Yeah, make sure you go follow her since she's been naughty. No present from Santa Claus this year. It was all Kira Wilson's fault. Or Eve. It could have been Eve's fault too.
Could have
Eve
been.
does stuff like that.
She did
Very
say
well could have
sorry.
Moose, you didn't see anything like that.
Kira said it's totally Eve. I saw the hand. I saw the hand reach out of Chad's beard and press pause.
You did not.
It very well could have happened. It very well could have happened. Yeah, okay, we're going to take a vote, and I think we're going to blame it on Eve. Eve's artistry is right here. This is some of her artwork right here behind us.
Yep.
And I'm pretty certain it was Eve's fault.
It was Eve's
Absolutely.
hand that came out of my beard. And
It was Eve. Eve actually lives in Chad's beard. Didn't know that, did you, Dad?
It's true. See, it's
Eve's
cold here,
artistry
so I'm
is
making
not
sure
really from
she's
Jersey.
all good for the night. There you go. You'll stay warm here now.
Oh, that's
You
awesome.
guys are adorable. I love
So
you.
what other platforms can we find you on, Dad?
Instagram and YouTube.
Instagram and YouTube's.
Yes.
So could we get folks to please go follow Dad's?
Yes.
So could we get folks to please go follow Dad on I guess we're gonna have to be determined on this one. I guess we're gonna have to be determined. All right. One more time. Eve, if you keep doing this to us, we're gonna try one more time, y'all. Eve, it's gotta be Eve. 100% gotta be Eve. All right, Chad. Let's try one more time, buddy. And where's she at? Uh-oh, did we
Damn
lose
it, Eve.
Eve, did you banish Dad completely off of the platform?
Back in there. Dang it.
Dad's
They don't
probably
like
like, I
us.
finally got out of there. I'm not going back.
Where's the
Y'all
bull?
saw my hands. My hands were over
Ezra.
here. Ezra, man,
TikTok's
what's
like-
happening?
Oh, there you are. There's the dead. There
There
she is.
We got her. We got her.
Oh, there we go. Okay, we got it.
Well, thank y'all for hanging in there. Appreciate y'all because that's pretty good. Y'all stayed here through two stops. Eve, I need you to keep your hands above the table, please. Dad is risen for the third time. She is risen for the third. I'm gonna do the rest of the show like this.
I'll just flip through old doodle books. Look, there's my acronym.
Those inverted crosses mean something. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is.
Looky, there he is. This is where he was birthed.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
amazing. It's
That's
absolutely
where he was
amazing.
summoned right there.
He's just Sharpie and crayon.
Hail
There's a little
Sharpie.
fella with a peace sign and a middle finger at the same time.
We have that shirt as well. My wife wears it.
Oh yeah,
It's
you
pur-
did, didn't you?
It's purple. The shirt is purple, and the guy is green on the shirt, so we can keep him the same color.
I
Yes.
have one of this. I liked that one enough that I bought it for myself.
Right on.
Yeah, this is old stuff.
He can't do.
No wonder. Good Lord. Sorry. Keeping it together. It's okay.
Chad's all hopped up on the cough medicine.
I am, dude.
He
I'm
gets
on
the
Just
professional
trace
grade.
cough
that.
medicine, so there you go.
You
I
trace
traced
that?
a coffee cup and I traced something else and I just drew some squiggly lines and I just colored it in. That's not something I would try to sell for a gajillion dollars, but that's just like
My
the
God,
point
she
of
did.
this is just like anybody can do something like this to practice and then sometimes you might make something really good. See, that's stupid, but I was just having fun. That's really dumb. Look at that, dumb.
I like it a
But it's
lot.
fun. It's colorful. It's kind of cool.
I guess I'm the right kind of dumb because I like it a lot.
Like that's really weird. But it was just for fun. Who cares? Like who stop trying to be perfect with it. That's what gets a lot of people too, is they think it has to be perfect. He's on my TeePublic. I got stickers of him on my computer or something.
I've got some stickers of yours behind me, right there, up there.
Right there.
Nah, I have a t-shirt of this one too.
Yes, Kira. It's very true.
Lilu's,
that's
yes. Yes, absolutely. So y'all, our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to support this artist by purchasing her art, and that money will be able to be used to open the website back up, and that would be amazing. We would love for that to happen.
And we're all waiting for
Yes,
the
Eve?
full-length 90-minute.
I'll probably
Stop
go
animation.
through and I'll probably find doodles to sell. I got paintings, but you know, not everybody wants to buy a big painting, but I could sell doodles for cheap and I'll probably make some like videos showing off some, and then if somebody sees something they feel like they want, you could just message me or send me an email or whatever.
And that email, folks, is deadandmakingart@gmail. deadandmakingart@gmail.com.
Yes, pretty
What up,
easy to
Big D?
remember.
Yes, yes. Absolutely. Eve. Dead has ideas. Some of the pieces of art that you see, she left black and white exactly for that reason, to make a coloring book with it. So if there is anybody out there that would be interested in helping Dead put together her coloring book and make
Yeah,
that
I
happen,
would definitely need help with that. I don't know.
there's an opportunity here. So anybody
See,
out
that was
there,
kind of
on
cool. We went through that whole book of crap, and then you finally get to one that's pretty good. I'm talking about my stuff not nice again, aren't I? You go through.
You are. You
You
heard
are.
me think it, didn't you? You heard
Sure
me think
did.
about
I
getting onto
did.
you.
We're on the same wavelength. That was an old doodle book.
Excuse me.
So you can go to TeePublic. You can look up The Artist Is Dead, or is it under Dead Making Art, and get a shirt. Or you could contact her through her email address and actually pick up one of her amazing doodles. Or you could also pick up one of the paintings that she has, I would assume, that she showed us earlier. Amazing.
This is
Amazing.
early stuff when I just used to sit and just binge doodle stuff, and just a lot of times my goal would just be to fill the page. Like here's one where I traced stuff and just like filled it in with patterns. Anybody could do this. Anybody could do this. People who say, I can't draw. Yes, you can do this. Why can't you do that? Why can't you?
Yes, exactly. It's Eve. It is deadandmakingart@gmail. deadandmakingart@gmail.com. Yes, Dead. On that note, that anybody could do it. I really love the idea of you doing coloring books and people being able to fill in. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff that would make good coloring pages. Not in this book right now, but in other books and in loose pages too. See, there's a clown, but I just filled up the page with stuff.
Oh wow, Kira said you could even I have a Patreon account too. I forget about that. Kira said you could do a Patreon and offer coloring pages as perks. Man, that's a great idea, Kira. Downloadable, so that they're just downloadable. You could
Well, now I gotta learn what the hell a Patreon is.
It's just an app. Yeah, that's a great idea though, Kira. Absolutely.
Thank you for that. I'll look into it.
Yeah, so that Patreon is like a paid type of app where people that subscribe to you pay a certain amount of money for your channel, and then you offer them perks for that. So yeah, you could offer coloring book pages that people could download themselves.
Oh my God. Okay, that makes sense.
Then you could just sell individual coloring book pages, and you wouldn't have to do all. Yeah, Kira, that's amazing. I've got some free ones in my old one, for example.
Here you go. Here's like what I used to do all the time. All the time. This is what I used to do all the time before I started doodling more like demons and stuff that look like stuff. I just fill the page with just stuff like this. And it's just practicing your line quality. I practice not touching stuff and not intersecting lines.
That's amazing.
Like that's what I would do when I'm not drawing something on purpose. And then here's this little fella. Look at that little guy. Aw, he's cute. But he's a demon because that's what I like to doodle.
Hey, Dad, Kira says that she has an old Patreon, but the free coloring pages are still up. It'd be a good place to start. Yeah, maybe go check out Kira's Patreon page.
Okay. Thank you.
And hey, Chandler, and Patreon for me, it was easy. It was an easy download, and setting up the account was really easy as well. I don't do anything on there other than support other artists, actually, but
because you're everybody's hype man.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea, though. And that would be a way to build our way back up to the website. And then once you had your website, you could put a link there, and they could be forever available, and that would be how you keep the website going.
Bruh.
I love it.
Y'all getting me excited. Y'all are the best, amping me up.
Kira's saying they have a walkthrough on there for her, too. Should be pretty simple to start. Yeah, it's been a while, and I'm not the most bright guy on that kind of stuff, but I was able to set up an account anyway.
Well, if you can do it,
anybody can do it. That's right, Dad. If Gin can do it, any damn body can do it. That's awesome. Hey, what was that last one? That looked like Chad.
This?
Yeah.
I just doodled like on the cover of it.
Yeah, but when he's not in his human suit, that's almost exactly what he looks like. Thank you, Chandler.
That's pretty close, yeah.
That's pretty close.
More green.
Chad. How did you know that?
2023. From 2023. But now I do more stuff like this. It's still abstract.
Hey, Jenny.
But it's more controlled. Sometimes. Yeah, that's a tour. I could show you more for hours and hours, but I won't.
Oh, come on.
I got a huge stack.
Well, Dad, is there anything that you were hoping to talk about tonight that we didn't talk about yet? Or is there anything that I got wrong that I mentioned or said that was not accurate about what you're doing?
No, you summed it up pretty good, I think. So
we can go to DeadMakingArt at Gmail and contact Dad. Is one way to get in touch with her about her art. what we're trying to do is encourage people to support Dead in any way that they can, and over time we're going to save that up, and then that'll be how Dead is able to get her website back up and running again. And I think
it wanted to renew the same month that my kids had birthdays, and now it's Christmas. Yeah. I don't have any extra money for a website right now, but my hope
Dad's not going to tell you this.
I hope by the summer.
She spent the money she was going to use on herself on other people, of course. So, anyway, we don't have to do it all tonight, but we can get started on it.
By the summer. See, it's a long time. Long-term goal. Medium-term goal.
Medium.
Yes, so that's right, Chip. So the goal is any way we can. If it's promoting her art by putting it out there, if it's we can go and buy one of the single pages of doodles so that we can. If there's anybody out there that knows how to take her artwork and get it to a printer, Chad may be able to enlighten us on how something like that can be done. But the other discussion that I had yesterday, Chad, I'm going to talk about you like you're not in the room for a minute, Dad. That's what we do. The other discussion that I had with her, Chad, was about exactly that. Some of her art is amazing. It would be great in prints. People that aren't able to buy the actual painting, like Henry or like Sultry Smoker, could potentially get a print or could potentially get a T-shirt of it. She has T-shirts available, but if she were able to make prints available, that might be cool too. So,
yeah.
Folks out there, if you are willing to help Dead out on this journey, then get in touch with Dead. Hit her in the DMs or hit her at deadandmakingart@gmail.com. But I would very much like for Dead to be able to have her website back up and running. And I absolutely adore this human being. I absolutely love her art. And from now until the cows come home, I'll be repping Dead. So even if she don't like me, I'm going to say nice things about her.
and if the cows try to come home, we'll shoot them before they get in the gate.
Burgers it is, y'all.
Oh. Burger. Where's my burger hat?
Oh, burger hat.
Mrs. DeFufu. Oh, yeah. There's another example. DeFufu is actually, for example, she's putting my logo on guitar picks. She came up with the concept to where I'll be able to have a product that she makes. Chad and I have some other stuff going on. The person that does my apparel, Live, Laugh, and Offend, that person is an individual dude that's running his own business. Part of the reason that Chad and I do so many collaborations is that we are trying to make sure that other artists are getting paid as well. So it's what we do here.
We try.
Sorry, Tiny Donnie. I'll get you back after this. So,
all right,
anybody willing to help on any of those fronts, please get in touch with Dead Making Art. I love the coloring book idea, Kira. That's amazing. Patreon is another amazing idea.
I will look into that. I like that.
And the beard showcase.
Will you explain to me how it works? It seems like it makes sense for my my stuff I have available.
It does.
The beard showcase. Yes. So, Dad, I am absolutely down with trying to help where I can in that journey. I'll be shouting you out as we do and promoting your webpage is still on the link tree, and when it's up and running again, we'll make sure to put it back there. In the meantime, if you have anything that comes out that you would like people to be aware of, please hit me up. You have my personal number. You know how to get in touch with me, and you are one of the people that even Chad would call you back. Even Chad.
I would. Like this, Moose?
Your septum ring is crooked.
Nah, it's my head.
It's a warped head.
It definitely is.
So also, tell them real quick again what the other platform, and you don't have to be quick about it, but tell us what the other platforms are where people can find you at, Dad.
All I have is an Instagram and a YouTube.
So YouTube,
Go there.
Instagram. If you go to the YouTubes, you can see some of her stop motion stuff, if I'm not mistaken. No? A little bit? A glimpse?
I think there might be a couple
taste?
on there.
A little taste?
Little
A little
glimpse.
taste?
I should download some of my TikToks and just post them on YouTube. I haven't done that.
I should do that too. Jen
So-
actually does it.
Maybe just
And
my
we
favorite.
also sometime in the future got to get one of your creations on a guitar. I think that needs to happen as well. If you would be willing to do that, it's going to
That
be
would
some
be
time.
badass.
It's going to be some time before I can get to that point. I'm doing it by hand, so it takes a minute. But if you'd be willing to do that,
I'd be honored for you to ask me.
we'll
That'd
put
be
that in the
badass.
future.
I love it.
We'll put that in the future too. So be thinking about which one of those pieces,
How
or
would
if you,
I doodle a guitar? A guitar.
a guitar.
I want to doodle a guitar. I want to doodle a guitar.
So be thinking about that. Figure out your inspiration. I'm sure it'll have something to do with Maynard.
Guitar doodlegasm.
I've only done one art project directly. It's based on part of Disgustipated.
Disgustipated.
There's a rabbit wearing glasses.
Hey Chuck, thank you, Chuck. Another amazing artist.
Let the
Aaron
rabbits wear
Hammonds.
glasses.
Aaron Hammonds will be our guest next week, ladies and gentlemen. He's in the chat. So, whoa, what have you got there?
This is Rabbit Maynard.
Damn
remember
them.
Disgustipated. What does he say? And the cries of a million voices, blah, blah, blah.
Nay,
These are the cries of the
nay, a million.
carrots. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
For
I knew
them,
Chad would know.
Yes.
These are the cries
For
of the carrots.
tomorrow is the harvest. For them, it is the. I can't say that word, or they'll
It's
shut
the
this
H
down.
word.
It
See
is the H
carrots
word.
crying out. And it's the rabbit. He's wearing glasses and he sees the carrots and he's holding carrots.
That's awesome.
He's cardboard, but he's so cool looking.
Very cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
What's up, Aaron
That's
Hammonds?
awesome. What up, Aaron? How you doing, brother? Hey, Nightmare. Good to see you. Hope you're doing okay.
Thousand, nay,
Hey,
a
Mike.
million.
Appreciate you coming through. We finish up about 11. Hey, Mike. I saw your question earlier, man. Sorry I didn't get to it, buddy.
Oh, we answered. We got it.
So, look, also turn on your notifications for this guy over here because Chad has been doing some amazing artwork. You can see it right there. He's also been doing some painting when he's
I
not
have.
feeling well. He's been doing some stuff. So
Yep.
please check out Chad. I'm really grateful to everyone that comes through. Thank you so much for coming and supporting the artists that appear on this show. And we're going to keep doing it. It doesn't matter what happens here. We're going to do what we do. So I hope everybody will join us for that journey. Anybody that's willing to come along, Chad and I would love to have you with us. And we'll do everything we can to support you as well. And
Yep.
artists like this lady right here, Dead Making Art, she personally inspires me. She helped me get here to where we are. With her encouragement and her advice is how we set up this show. She she had a lot to do with all of that. So I really appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all too. Love and respect to y'all too. But I'm absolutely proud of the community on here and of people like Dead, who, despite all odds, put out amazing art and treat people with kindness and integrity and just a thoughtful way. So if there's anybody out there that deserves the support of other artists, I would argue that it is Dead. So please if you're able to, support her in whatever way you can, even if that's just you have information that would be helpful. If you understand how Patreon works, or you understand how getting prints made works, or you're able to help in any way, please get in touch with her. You can reach her at deadandmakingart@gmail.com. You can also hit her on the DMs and TikTok. You can find her on YouTube as well. And you can find her on the Facebook, I believe she said. Oh, I'm sorry, on the Instas. So, sorry, wrong meta. But please do what you can, and support each other. And no matter where I go, I intend to take Dead with me. So, and I know that Chad feels the same way.
100%, my friend.
She is a fucking national treasure, and she must be protected.
This motherfucker's spitting.
Chad, what you got, man? What you got, homie?
Man, I think you said it. You said it. Our homie here, she's we're all riding together. And y'all, like we said at the very beginning, don't fret.
If you could, please drop some pink and black hearts in the chat. If y'all would, please. And mods, please get a couple pics. I know, Chip, you're really good at that. If you're still in here. Yes, you are.
Yes, sir.
And Eve does that a lot of times too. Moose is. So if we could we please drop some pink and black? There we go, y'all. Thank y'all. There we go. And get some screenshots with Dead waving, so we have evidence that the chat loves her, and that me and Chad were absolutely stoked to have her here. Ladies and gentlemen, the artist is Dead Making Art. One of my absolute favorite people that I've ever met on this platform. Absolutely love you, Dead. Appreciate you. She can't stand Tool, but
one of these days she'll learn to like Reverend Maynard a little bit. Have you even heard of Tool, Dead? Have you even heard of the band Tool?
Do you? Oh. Turn on your notifications for this guy right here, Chad Rev Art, the Chad Rev Art Show. Sign up to be in the window.
Weird Thursday.
It's a great opportunity.
I don't have anybody Thursday. I don't have anybody for the window.
Okay, here's what we're going to do Thursday. Here's what I'm going to call it right now then. Can I call somebody on your show?
Sure.
So on Thursday, we're going to have Moose and or Can Do. Moose, are you still in the chat? Yes, Moose is in the chat. On Thursday in the window, we're going to have Moose and or Can Do, and I haven't asked them yet. But after your show on Thursday, Moose and Can Do and Bob Not So Ross and some other artists are participating in a fundraiser. They are gonna do some art together at 9:00 Eastern time, and they're gonna auction that art off. You're gonna have Bob Not So Ross, Can Do, Moose, and I don't know who else is gonna be there. But
let's do it
after your show, an hour later, they're gonna do that event. So maybe we could have Moose and or Can Do in the window at the end of your show. And then that way we can send some.
Doing it too. Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
How do you feel about it?
I also, I think we should have them all up and talk about it and boost it as much as possible. And I also want to do if Chad can raid the auction. I'm not sure what you mean by raid the auction, but you let me know and we'll do something stupid.
You're doing
I want to put out an invite. Yeah, I want to put out an invite. Okay. This season of Earth has been really entertaining for us guys. You humans are weird, but I want to bring out the weirdness. Okay, for about the next month, I want to bring out the weirdness. So if you got a weird story that's real,
that a challenge?
Don't BS us. It is. It is. If you have an alien story, if you have y'all been watching the same season I have. Join me Thursday. Let's get as weird as we possibly can. Every week I want to be weirder than the last one. Kira, we are weird, but we're going to pull back the veil.
The bar
for the
is
next
already
month.
like up there.
And if you're up there, Ezra, we're gonna need you. And Ezra, if you're listening, also Moose and Can Do, still in it to win it with you, man. Bob Not So Ross is in the chat, I see. So Bob, if you're available this Thursday, we're gonna put folks in the window that are doing the fundraiser Thursday after the show. So if you're available, Bob, we'd love to have you there too, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know who else is doing it. Maybe y'all could drop in the chat.
Mondo.
I don't know exactly who's participating. Chip 76 and Danielle too. No shit. Right on, y'all.
Bring it.
Chip 76,
Bring it.
Danielle, Bob Not
Bring
So
it.
Ross,
Bring
Can
it.
Do, and Moose.
Bring it. Bring it.
And they're
Gonna be lit.
raising money for an artist on this platform who needs a hand. So
Cool.
I'm all in.
Well, they're all
I'll
going to
be there.
They're all going to be on the Chad Red of Art show, doing whatever they need to do to make this shit just pop off.
All right. So it's a date, y'all.
That's the plan.
Bob Ross is
Bob,
gonna do
you're
something a
gonna do
little crazy.
Bob, I just put it out there. We're going to get
We did-
crazy every week. I want it a little crazier on the Chad Rev Art show. I'm not putting it out here for his show, guys. Keep his show nice. But my show, man, kick your shoes off. Let's get crazy. Let's do this.
This show is the one where we're going to try to keep it
Don't you
on
shake your
the
head.
air
You know
so
what
that
you
we can
can.
show artists.
Oh, we're still going to be on the air. We're going to keep it on the air. But we're going to get... It's going to get fun. Ash, I know you've been holding back. Kira, I saw you said you only have cats. Woman, don't lie to me. You a freak. And you're going to let your freak flag fly on the Chad Rev Art show in the next month at some point.
She also
Weirdos.
did adopt the two of us, Chad, so we know she's into weirdos. Y'all,
That's right,
please
Moose.
support my dear friend, the artist is dead, Dead Making Art. This is a piece of her art. I absolutely love this shirt. If you go check out her TeePublic's site, there's all kinds of cool art on there. And y'all, we only really need to raise a few hundred donuts to get a website back.
Yep.
So
do
so
it.
we're not talking a crazy amount. This is a reachable goal. We're not trying to do it
200.
overnight. We're trying to help each other out here. So none of us are rich. None of us can just write a check. But you know, she's got stuff available that would be from a handful of dollars all the way up to where if somebody bought one of her items, it would pay for it. So let's do what we can. I'm gonna keep harping on it. I'm gonna keep bugging y'all about it. As long as I'm able to do a show on some platform, I'm gonna keep repping you guys. So please keep helping. Please keep showing up. Please be amazing like you are. Eve, thank you. Appreciate everybody. Chad's got to go put his little girl to bed, and we've managed to keep Dead on camera for an hour and a half. And I
Record
am
amount of time.
absolutely,
We love you,
absolutely grateful to you, Dead. Thank you so much for being willing to come on and talk to us. We absolutely adore you, Dead. Thank you.
I feel very just like flabbergasted that like people are like trying to be supportive of me and hyping me up, like, and thinking that I'm like worthy as an artist. That's a really surreal sort of like place for me to be right now. So thank you for the cognitive dissonance. I've been
You are
working on this
You're
for
badass and we love
a
you.
while.
you are badass. Ashman, thank you for making it happen, dude. I've been wanting this to happen for a long time, and Ashman
Yeah,
brought
it's
it across
his
the finish
fault.
line.
Ash,
Absolutely.
man.
Absolutely.
Always bringing it.
Turn on your notifications for this man right here, please. Turn on your notifications for this lady right here. And if you got any room left in your brain, go ahead and turn on your notifications for me too. We're all going to be working on stuff, and sometimes you might catch us together working collaboratively. And Dad, if you're serious, I'm serious. When I get to
I
the point
want
where
to
I've
make
got,
a guitar.
I'm going to send one to you, Dad.
I want to doodle a guitar. Hell yeah.
It might be a month or two before I get to that point, but I promise
That's okay.
you, we're going
I
to
don't
make it
have
happen.
time to do it right now anyway.
We're gonna make it happen.
would
Appreciate
love
y'all. thank you everybody for being in here. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting my brother Chad Rev Art. Thank you for supporting Dead Making Art. Thank you for supporting me. I promise I'm gonna stay out here supporting you. It really doesn't matter which platform we're on. We're gonna do the damn thing either way. We're gonna do it either way.
Nowhere but up.
Dead Making Art, Chad Rev Art, the Again Project. We love you. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you next time, which will be real soon. Much love, y'all. Appreciate you. Aaron Hammonds, next week. Next week, we got the great Aaron Hammonds on, y'all. Dad, I absolutely love you. You're amazing, Dad. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dad.
Thank you, everybody.